Hello there, Amanda here, and welcome to the Intermezzo Podcast, presenting diasporic stories from the UK and beyond. From exploring the kink community in London to talking to experimental artists based in Italy, we'll give insight into how people are taking their varied life experiences and making it work for them. Hello and welcome. I'm very excited about this guest. Her name is Semhal Tsegaye Abebe, and she is the founder of Almaz Textile Design, which is based in Tuscany. Raised between Ethiopia and Italy, and now living in the latter for over 17 years, she's doing amazing things, marrying both her cultures seamlessly in her collections. With a successful career in the corporate industry, she made the renegade decision to invest fully in herself and start Almaz in October 2020. Hello, Semhal.
Hi, Amanda. How are you? Thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit warm. Also in London, I know.
Yeah, things have been on fire.
We're hanging in.
Brilliant.
Hanging in there.
Okay, cool. So I want to talk about your brand, Almaz. So in terms of that name, where does it come from?
Okay, so Almaz in Amharic, which is the official language in Ethiopia, it means diamond. It also means diamond in Russian, Arabic, where probably it came from, but then in Ethiopia it has been, many things are just englobed.
Mm-hmm.
Like owned, and then they have a deeper meaning, a deeper local meaning. So I chose this name because I wanted people from migratory backgrounds, immigrants, or people who come from parents that have migrated, the polyglots, in general, people from anywhere that are open to really try to understand reality as it is, and not as it has been narrated for centuries.
Amazing.
So that want to know a more complex version of reality. So yeah, I think these kind of people have to be valued, and they can be a resource for society because they have a wider understanding. They speak many languages. They can be true ambassadors they can be mediators. They have a lot to offer, and they are a resource to be untapped.
Amazing. Also, this is a little bit off script, but you use tailors that are based in Tuscany, right?
Yeah. So at the moment, I don't have like my own laboratory. I'm collaborating with tailors from different countries that live in Tuscany.
Amazing, brilliant.
And all, yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead.
Now, I was just going to say that the fabrics as well. So this diversity is portrayed in the fabrics, because the fabrics either come from African countries, from South Africa, Niger, Ghana, or other countries, or they are designed and printed here, but still inspired by African art and architecture.
Amazing. You're doing a lot somehow.
This is just the beginning, so
that's right. That's what I want to hear. Yes.
With some more capital and some more, energy, will. The goal is to broaden it and design more fabric, and also try to use. I don't know how it's said in English actually, but like you can use the fabrics that are still in good conditions, but maybe they have been stocked by big companies, big fashion companies, and you can reuse those fabrics in a more ecological way.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. And is that what you're currently doing? Oh, that's what you want to do, sorry.
in part, for the plain color, for example, some of it it has been used, but eventually the goal is to go towards a more ecological way approach. I don't know.
Okay, right. So, what I want to ask you was to do with your previous job. No, so I know personally a little bit about it, but can you think of the reasons or a moment that made you think, okay, I'm going to leave and invest in myself, invest in my own company?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about it a lot the last 2 years before opening the company, because yeah, in the beginning I just gave up on the dream, chasing your dream, blah blah blah. I just wanted to work, but then gradually I understood that also I would have been able eventually, with some kind of education on the business side, to embark in this kind of journey, because the thing is we should give ourselves enough credit. We should observe ourselves while interacting in the companies we work in. The way we think is different. Our resources are different. We can tap into a different background. We speak many languages, so eventually with some sort of literacy, which can be, I don't know, financial literacy, business literacy, we are definitely able to embark in this kind of journey. So yeah, and what gave me the final push was the kind of environment that was in some offices. I think the way offices are thought and conceived is very limiting. So yeah, that gave me the final push to say, okay, at least I'll say that I have tried. So I'll just go for it. And I used my disoccupazione, which is a paid leave when you...
Yeah, when they give you money upon leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I used that as a starting point.
That's amazing. I love that. No, brilliant. Okay, so the next question is, what do you love about the creative process, and was it a part of your life growing up?
Yeah, okay. I would say that the point where Almaz was interrupted, it was when I was 12. And probably it started around 10 or something. From 10 to 12, I used to draw a lot of clothes. Like and my dad always thought that I would become a stylist or something, but then eventually, parents, African parents want you to become something else. And they saw it as a hobby, so I gave up on that at that age. But I think kids should be encouraged to do what they're really passionate about, because eventually it will come up. You can suffocate it, but that shouldn't be the case, because in one way or another, you can serve society, and there's a lot one can do by pursuing her own passion. And what I love about the creative process is everything, because what I don't love about the business is the whole administrative blah blah blah, that side of it. So the creative process, I love everything about it, from the
amazing.
drawing to the chatting with the client. What do you like? What would you like? And then you sketch, and then they like it or they don't like it, but then eventually you find something that they like, and you make them choose the fabrics, the colors. And you can understand when they receive the product, it's not about the product, it's about something that has been created just for them.
Oh, so it's
and
bespoke.
that is very special. Bespoke product.
Yeah. So it's very collaborative. I didn't realize how collaborative it was, actually.
Yeah, it, like in marketing, it's called co-creation. So the client takes part in the creative process. So this engagement makes them feel special, makes them feel seen and valued. And eventually they have a unique product that nobody else has because it has been created for them. And that comes at a very low price right now.
Yeah, right now. Right now.
No, I'm saying right now because it's very expensive to do this kind of thing. But in the beginning, you have to do it.
I understand. To kind of build your brand, build your clientele.
Yeah, but in some way, I can see this as a gift because okay. I don't want to take too much space on this question.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, lovely. So, regarding your experience specifically as a Black woman owning a business in Italy, how has that been?
Okay, so in the very beginning, I had another business started right before the COVID pandemic, and it was about maps and tourism and stuff. And eventually, that was halted by the pandemic. But that project was together with a dear friend, which is a white man, older man. So anywhere we would go to the suppliers, they assumed that he was the boss and I was that was like
standard,
direct. And then when I started Almaz, and even when I went alone to suppliers, for example, I went to print my visit card, and this guy said, okay, but on the number of copies, blah, blah, first, like, listen to what your boss has to say, And I was like, I am my boss.
That's scandalous. What was his reaction?
He was like, oh, okay. Sorry. But but after that, he was like, I think we're the pioneers. I'm not saying we're the pioneers in general, but we're not the first Black women in Italy, but probably we're the ones that will not take shit from people. Because my older parents that have lived in Italy as well, not parents, relatives, also women in business, Black women, they somehow took it in,
of course,
without complaining too much. But I think we're the ones that are starting to show how we should be treated. So the experience is of, I don't know, my emails being ignored, I'll call you back, or they don't call, or disbelief, or disbelief, discrediting a lot. But there are certain people that are really good, and I think the best thing to do is focus on the few good people, especially older women that want other women to succeed. Like my shipping consultant, she's an angel. And once you start to focus on them, the rest just is worthless. Who cares? Like,
because
you
got
go
support.
Your own way, and you got support, and you build your own people's network.
Yeah.
So that's important.
That's interesting. So with your citizenship, you can speak as much or as little as you want about that, because obviously that's quite personal. How has it affected your business? And also, how do you keep so positive? Because you're actually one of the most positive people that I've come across, if I'm being honest. Like, I've seen your videos on Instagram and kind of like
cheering up.
Yeah, like you're very good at keeping a positive attitude. So yeah.
Thank you for that. And I think it's survival. It's just survival, because you have to protect your energy. You can't let, as I said, like, disbelief, discrediting get you down, because it will take energy from your goals. So I keep myself happy as much as I can, although you have a lot of stuff to handle. But I try to do some sports. I listen to music anytime I feel a little bit low. I just listen to upbeat music, and then even upbeat gospel music.
Gospel is literally a godsend.
Yeah.
No, but because I honestly feel
It is.
like you don't even need to be religious to appreciate it. It just
My God.
invigorates you.
Yeah, it's as if defibrillator. The thing, I don't know how it's
I
called
can't
in
remember what was it.
English.
Like when you're having a
They
heart
give you the
attack,
electric
give you
shock.
electric shock with
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gospel music. That's
I'm gonna have to get
amazing.
back on gospel. I'm gonna go to YouTube in a minute and
I can send you some links.
thank you. You're so kind. Okay, and last question. What keeps you motivated to make Almaz work, and what do you envision for its future?
Okay, so I think that many rich communities can survive on the inherited assets, be it real estate or just the family money and stuff. But most of us have to build that because it goes back to centuries ago,
Yeah.
in some cases. So I want to try, and I'm not saying build a whole legacy.
Why? Listen, build
I'm,
it. You're building
I'm
it. You are.
oriented towards that, towards trying to build something at least motivating, and that's already happening.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that you stood for yourself and tried to start something, it gives hope, and it lets other people see that they can also do it. So yeah, I'm trying to build a network, first of all, a network of good people, supportive people. We support each other, and I think that's the fastest way to grow together.
Oh, amazing. Semhal.
Yeah.
This is so good. I'm just honestly, and this is like on a completely like separate note. I don't know if I'll keep this in or not, but I'm just really proud of you. I think you've done really well. Yeah, and I'm just glad you've got
you.
support, and with everything that has been going on, you're still building and keeping yourself positive. It's great to watch from a distance, for real.
And you're part of the support system, and I'll be there to support you whenever it's needed.
I decided to get my life together.
It's already together. It's going
Oh, bless you. Brilliant, Semhal. Well, this has been a joy. And yeah, thank you for coming and sharing your story.
Thank you so much for hosting me and for choosing me. Thank you.
And that was Semhal talking about her wonderful business, Almaz. If she has piqued your interest and you'd like to have a look at what she's doing, you can find her on Instagram at Almaz2020 Almaz. Almaz spelt ALMAZ, or on Facebook, Almaz Textile Design, or you can email her at shop@almazdesign.it. If you want to highlight someone somewhere across the many diasporas doing interesting, powerful, avant-garde work, you can reach us on Intermezzo Podcast at arcrepublic.com. This podcast is made in collaboration with Arc Republic. That is a news and advocacy platform where they are telling stories and changing the conversation. That's me done. I've been Amanda, and I hope to speak to you soon. Have a good one.